After 50, your body burns up to 30% less fat at night, yet 7 out of 10 women still wake up feeling bloated and hungry. What if just 1 teaspoon before bed could calm those late-night cravings, balance your hormones, and help your body burn fat while you sleep? In the same way, prescription weight loss drugs work, but completely natural, effortless, and scientifically proven to restore your metabolism. I'm Dr. Eliza Hart, a board-certified obstetrician and gynecologist with over 15 years of experience, helping women restore hormonal balance and rediscover confidence after 50. As estrogen declines, your body's ability to burn fat, regulate appetite, and manage blood sugar becomes unpredictable. That's why so many women feel hungrier at night, even after a healthy dinner. It's not a lack of willpower, it's biology. Recent research shows that balancing your nighttime metabolism can dramatically change how your body uses energy while you sleep. And in this video, I'll show you how 1 teaspoon of a specific natural oil can mimic the same fat-burning pathway triggered by modern weight loss drugs, but in a completely safe, nourishing, and hormone-supportive way. Before we dive in, please subscribe and comment the name of your country below. I love seeing how far our women's health community is reaching across the world. And help me reach my first 20,000 subscribers so I can keep creating science-based guidance just for you. Now let's explore the science behind this simple nightly ritual that transforms your metabolism from within. 1. The nighttime hunger trap. For many women after 50, the quiet hours between dinner and bedtime are when metabolism begins to betray them. As estrogen levels decline, the body's ability to regulate hunger becomes erratic, and metabolism slows by nearly 1/3. The hunger hormone ghrelin peaks later in the evening, sending false signals that the body needs to refuel, even when energy stores are sufficient. This is why around 9 or 10 o'clock, so many women find themselves reaching for something sweet or salty, wondering why discipline fades just before sleep. When I first began studying hormonal changes in midlife women, I noticed how often my patients described this nightly craving cycle. It isn't a failure of willpower. It is a predictable biological rhythm. As blood sugar drops after dinner and serotonin decreases, the brain seeks comfort food for stability. A 2019 Harvard Metabolic study found that postmenopausal women experience a 25% stronger appetite drive in the evening than in their younger years, even when eating the same number of calories. This makes late evening the most vulnerable period for weight gain and blood sugar fluctuations. During these few hours, the body faces a quiet crossroad. It can either shift into cellular repair and fat burning or slide into storage mode. The outcome depends entirely on how stable blood sugar and hunger hormones remain through the night. If insulin spikes again, fat storage dominates. If it stays steady, the body naturally enters its restorative fat-burning phase. What most women need is not stricter dieting, but a subtle metabolic cue, a gentle reminder to the body that it is safe, satisfied, and ready to rest. That signal can come from something as simple as 1 teaspoon of the right fuel. Research in physiology and behavior showed that a small amount of MCT oil, a purified extract from coconut oil, can suppress appetite for up to 3 hours and stabilize glucose levels more effectively than traditional fats. Taken before bed, it acts like a quiet switch, easing the brain's hunger messages while prompting the liver to produce ketones, a clean source of nighttime energy. Women often describe feeling unexpectedly calm after this ritual. Cravings fade, energy steadies, and sleep comes easier. Biologically, their metabolism is shifting from storage to repair. When practiced consistently, this small act teaches the body to burn fat again, naturally, gently, and without strain. Now that we understand why evenings are such a fragile moment for hormonal balance, let's look deeper into what makes MCT oil unique and why its chemistry matters so much for women's metabolism after 50. 2. The secret inside coconut oil, understanding MCT oil. If you have ever added coconut oil to your cooking or coffee and wondered why the results felt inconsistent, the reason lies in its chemistry. Coconut oil is not a single type of fat. It contains several fatty acid chains of varying lengths. Among them are medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs, which behave very differently from the long-chain fats found in most foods. MCTs are absorbed directly from the digestive tract into the bloodstream and sent straight to the liver, where they are converted into ketones, a clean, efficient form of energy. This process bypasses many of the slow steps that normally delay digestion and fat oxidation. In practical terms, it means that when you take MCT oil, your body does not have to break it down or store it. It can use it almost immediately as fuel. That immediate conversion is what gives MCT oil its reputation for clarity, energy, and appetite control. The liver releases ketones that travel to the brain, signaling satiety and providing a steady energy stream during sleep or fasting. Unlike other fats, MCTs do not trigger insulin or spike blood sugar, which is essential for women after 50 whose insulin sensitivity is already reduced. A study in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that women supplementing with MCTs experienced improved insulin response and increased fat oxidation compared to those consuming long-chain fats. Another paper in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition observed that even a small nightly dose, about 6 grams or 1 teaspoon, elevated ketone production and reduced total food intake over the following day. For many of my patients, this understanding alone changed how they approached nightly hunger. They stopped fearing dietary fat and began using the right type strategically. When MCT oil is taken at night, especially during the postmenopausal years, it supplies the brain with a stable energy source that prevents those sudden late evening cravings. It quiets the restless signals from ghrelin and reduces the cortisol surges that make the body cling to belly fat. Think of it not as a magic weight loss oil, but as a biological assistant, a form of energy that tells your body you are nourished, you can rest, you can repair. This subtle shift sets the stage for the deeper benefits we'll explore next: how MCT oil interacts with your hunger hormones to recreate a natural, gentle version of the Ozempic effect, entirely driven by your body's own intelligence. And while this transformation begins quietly, its cumulative effect can be remarkable: steadier mornings, lighter digestion, and a body that feels balanced instead of burdened, even after years of metabolic resistance. 3. The natural Ozempic-like effect. Every woman who has tried to manage her appetite after 50 knows that hunger is no longer a simple matter of willpower. It's a web of shifting hormones, ghrelin whispering that you need something sweet, cortisol rising with evening stress, and insulin reacting to every small indulgence. In younger years, these hormones balance each other with ease, but after menopause, the orchestra loses its rhythm. What MCT oil does so elegantly is help the body find that rhythm again quietly, naturally, and without medication. While Ozempic, the well-known prescription drug, works by mimicking GLP-1 to control appetite, MCT oil influences a different but related pathway. Instead of forcing the body into suppression, it encourages balance by improving fat metabolism and stabilizing blood sugar. The result feels similar: less desire to snack, fewer energy crashes, and a surprising sense of calm, but it's achieved through nourishment, not deprivation. Clinical findings published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition show that women who supplemented with MCT oil experienced a significant reduction in appetite intensity and improved leptin sensitivity within just 2 weeks. What truly fascinates me is how this single nutrient seems to communicate directly with the brain's satiety center. Within 30 minutes, ketones from MCT oil cross the blood-brain barrier, acting as a steady energy source for neurons that often struggle with glucose after menopause. This gentle supply of ketones not only quiets hunger signals, but also supports mental clarity, mood balance, and the ability to fall asleep more easily. It's the opposite of the crash that comes from a late-night carb snack. Instead of a brief spike and drop, you experience calm focus followed by restorative rest. I often tell my patients that this isn't about losing control, it's about giving your body better information. When you supply clean fuel, your cells no longer send panic signals for sugar. You feel steady, you think clearly, and you wake up lighter both physically and mentally. If this sounds like something your body has been asking for, tell me below in the comments, do your cravings hit hardest at night, or is morning your most challenging time? I read every response personally, and your experiences help shape the next videos I create for this community. Share your story and let's discover together how small changes, like 1 teaspoon at night, can completely reshape your energy and confidence after 50. And if you've already tried MCT oil before, let us know how it felt for you. Your feedback could be exactly what another woman needs to hear to take her first step toward healing her metabolism naturally. 4. What science says. When we talk about using 1 teaspoon of MCT oil at night, we are not relying on wishful thinking. There is a meaningful body of evidence describing its effects on appetite, energy expenditure, and fat oxidation. In Physiology and Behavior 2017, investigators compared MCT oil with coconut and vegetable oils and found that MCTs produced a significantly stronger appetite-suppressing effect for roughly 3 hours after ingestion. This window happens to overlap with the late evening period when many women experience their most vulnerable cravings, which is why a small targeted dose can be so effective at bedtime. A broader lens comes from a 2021 meta-analysis in Critical Reviews in Food Science and Nutrition, which pooled results across 17 trials. Participants consuming around 6 grams of MCTs, approximately 1 teaspoon, consistently ate less for several hours and showed modest increases in energy expenditure. The strength of a meta-analysis is that it reduces the noise of individual studies. The signal that remains is that MCTs tend to curb intake and nudge metabolism upward in the short term. Weight loss and body composition outcomes have also been examined. In the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2008, subjects on identical diets were assigned either olive oil or MCT oil. Those in the MCT group lost more weight and fat mass over the study period. Importantly, the authors emphasized that MCTs are not magic calorie balance, and diet quality still matter, but the substitution favored a more fat-oxidizing profile across the day. Mechanistically, several lines of research explain why these effects appear. MCTs travel via the portal vein directly to the liver, where they are rapidly converted into ketone bodies. These ketones provide a clean, steady fuel for the brain, which can reduce the sensation of urgent hunger that drives late-night snacking. Studies using indirect calorimetry show higher rates of fat oxidation after MCT ingestion compared with long-chain fats, while glucose and insulin responses remain flatter an advantage for women whose insulin sensitivity naturally declines after menopause. Sleep and morning readiness are where many women notice the difference. Trials and clinical observations report steadier overnight glucose, fewer awakenings driven by hunger, and improved morning energy when MCTs are used strategically in the evening. None of these findings argue that MCT oil replaces medication or disciplined nutrition. Rather, they position it as a precise tool that lowers the friction of doing the right thing. For women over 50, that can be the difference between ending the day in storage mode or entering the night in gentle, restorative fat burning, exactly the metabolic switch we will unpack next. And as new studies continue to emerge, researchers are exploring how MCTs might also enhance cognitive recovery and protect brain aging, adding yet another layer of value to this simple nightly ritual. 5. The nighttime metabolic switch. Your body doesn't stop working when you sleep. In fact, some of its most essential repair and fat-burning processes happen during deep rest. This is when your metabolism quietly shifts gears, moving from sugar-burning to fat-burning mode. But after 50, declining estrogen and disrupted circadian rhythms can make that metabolic switch harder to reach, leaving many women waking up groggy, bloated, or craving sugar the next morning. Here's where MCT oil creates a gentle yet powerful bridge. When taken before bed, it supplies your body with a clean, ready-to-use source of energy that doesn't spike insulin or blood sugar. Instead of forcing your system into stress-driven fasting, MCT oil encourages a smooth metabolic transition, allowing your liver to generate ketones while you sleep. These ketones become your brain's preferred nighttime fuel, helping repair neuronal membranes, stabilize neurotransmitters, and even improve cognitive clarity when you wake. During deep sleep, growth hormone levels rise, fat oxidation increases, and your cells undergo active repair. But for these benefits to occur, your blood sugar must stay stable, and that's precisely what MCT oil supports. It acts like a biological lubricant, helping your body glide from glucose dependency into a calm, fat-burning repair state. This is why so many people who integrate MCT oil into their evening routine report both lighter mornings and deeper, more restorative rest. Scientific data also supports this nighttime mechanism. Studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Obesity Research show that MCT oil not only enhances metabolic rate, but increases resting energy expenditure, meaning you burn more calories even while sleeping. It's not magic, it's metabolic efficiency restored. Your mitochondria, the engines inside your cells, use these medium-chain fats to generate energy more cleanly, producing fewer free radicals and supporting overall longevity. Think of this process as a metabolic reset button. Every night you use MCT oil before bed, you're gently reminding your body how to prioritize fat for fuel again, not through deprivation, but through nourishment. Over time, this balance creates a ripple effect: steadier energy, better sleep, sharper mental focus, and a stronger sense of control over cravings. When paired with consistent hydration, balanced magnesium intake, and regular sleep timing, the effects compound, transforming your nights into powerful metabolic therapy sessions that heal from the inside out. When you wake up feeling lighter, clearer, and more centered, that's not coincidence. It's your metabolism remembering how to work for you again, quietly and powerfully while you rest. 6. The hormonal advantage for women over 50. As women move through and beyond menopause, metabolism is no longer dictated only by food or exercise. It is orchestrated by hormones. Estrogen, progesterone, and thyroid hormones once worked together to regulate appetite, fat storage, and energy output. When estrogen declines, insulin sensitivity weakens, and cortisol often takes the lead, pushing the body into a state of constant alert that favors fat preservation instead of release. This hormonal shift explains why so many women report new weight around the abdomen, disrupted sleep, and unpredictable hunger after 50. MCT oil helps bridge this hormonal gap by offering a stable energy source that doesn't depend on insulin. Instead of triggering spikes and crashes, it supplies the brain and liver with ketones, the same clean fuel used during fasting, which helps the body remain calm and metabolically efficient overnight. A 2020 metabolism study found that postmenopausal women using MCT oil daily experienced improved insulin response and reduced visceral fat without changing their overall calorie intake. Beyond metabolism, MCT oil supports hormonal communication in more subtle ways. Stable ketone levels can quiet the stress response that drives cortisol surges, allowing the adrenal glands to rest and recover. The result is more consistent energy through the evening, better mood regulation, and fewer wake-ups caused by nocturnal blood sugar dips. Many women also notice a gentler transition through the night, fewer cravings, less bloating, and a calmer heart rate that supports deep restorative sleep. In clinical settings, this steady overnight nourishment often becomes the missing link that allows other lifestyle changes, improved diet, gentle exercise, stress management to finally take effect. Hormones begin to cooperate again instead of compete, creating a state of internal balance that makes weight loss and emotional stability sustainable. So when we talk about melting belly fat like Ozempic, what we really mean is restoring the natural hormonal conversation that once made your body resilient. 1 teaspoon at night may not sound revolutionary, but for a woman whose metabolism has been silenced by stress and age, it can be the quiet signal that reminds her body how to thrive again. And over time, as insulin sensitivity improves and inflammation lowers, women often find that their skin texture, digestion, and even cognitive clarity begin to mirror this internal renewal, proving that balance is not lost with age, only waiting to be restored through consistency and gentle care. This is the essence of hormonal harmony, not chasing youth, but supporting vitality from within, so every cell remembers how to function with energy, confidence, and calm, once more rebuilding a sense of lightness that radiates through every part of life. To begin safely, take 1 teaspoon of pure MCT oil about 30 minutes after dinner or right before bed. You can swallow it directly or stir it into a warm, caffeine-free herbal drink such as chamomile or rooibos tea. If you're new to MCT oil, start with half a teaspoon for a few nights and increase gradually as your body adjusts. Avoid taking it on an empty stomach if your digestion is sensitive. Gentle consistency always matters more than speed. Choose a pure C8 or C10 MCT oil, not blended coconut oil. These types are absorbed more efficiently and are less likely to cause bloating or discomfort. Look for a label that lists 100% medium-chain triglycerides with no added flavors, sweeteners, or emulsifiers. Keep the bottle in a cool, dark cabinet and never heat it above 300 degrees, since excessive heat can degrade its structure and reduce its ability to produce ketones that support your metabolism overnight. Some women may notice mild bloating or loose stools at first. This reaction is temporary and usually a sign that your body is adapting to faster fat metabolism. If this happens, reduce your dose for a few nights, stay hydrated, and slowly return to 1 teaspoon when comfortable. If nausea, abdominal pain, or fatigue persist, stop use and talk to your healthcare provider before continuing. To enhance relaxation, pair your teaspoon with 5 minutes of deep breathing or a short gratitude journaling exercise. This helps lower cortisol, the stress hormone closely tied to stubborn belly fat, and signals your body that it's time to rest, not crave. Over time, this simple nightly ritual conditions your nervous system to associate bedtime with calm and healing instead of stress or hunger. You can also take a brief warm shower or practice gentle stretching before taking your teaspoon, allowing circulation to increase and nutrient absorption to improve naturally. Combining physical relaxation with metabolic support helps your body shift more easily into a restorative sleep state where fat burning is most efficient. For even deeper benefits, try turning off screens 30 minutes before bed to let melatonin rise naturally. This small change enhances the hormonal rhythm that works hand in hand with MCT oil to restore balance. This content is for educational purposes only and is not meant to diagnose, treat, or prevent any medical condition. Results will vary depending on diet, sleep, and individual metabolism. Always consult your doctor before introducing any supplement, including MCT oil, especially if you have liver, gallbladder, or digestive disorders, or if you take medication for diabetes, cholesterol, or blood pressure. Avoid use during pregnancy or nursing without professional guidance. MCT oil is a supportive tool, not a substitute for medical treatment or prescribed therapy. Your body was never meant to fight itself. It simply needs the right signals to remember how to rest, burn, and repair, especially after 50 when hormonal shifts can make even healthy habits feel less effective. 1 teaspoon of MCT oil before bed isn't a shortcut. It's a way to guide your metabolism back to its natural rhythm, balancing blood sugar, calming hunger hormones, and gently reigniting fat burning while you sleep. Nighttime is when your body does its deepest healing. MCT oil supports that process by keeping blood sugar stable and allowing the liver to make clean energy through ketones, the same molecules that feed your brain and restore focus the next day. With consistency, you'll begin to notice subtle changes, waking up lighter, sleeping more deeply, and feeling calmer around food. Real transformation doesn't happen overnight, but in the quiet choices repeated each evening. So, Tonight, instead of scrolling or snacking, take a few deep breaths, sip your warm tea, and let your body do what it was designed to do, heal. If this video helped you, please subscribe, share it with another woman who might need this message, and comment your country below. I love seeing how far this community of women's wellness is reaching. Thank you for being here. Remember, your metabolism isn't broken. It's simply waiting for care, rest, and the chance to show how powerful it still is.